Build Original Series hosted by Matt Reisinger. Talking Trades. Brought to you by Front Door and Sashco.
All right, Eric, welcome to your office for the day.
It is. This is my office, is what it looks like a lot of times.
So what do we got going on? This big gray box, I'm assuming, is brand new over here.
Yeah, so this is a new high efficiency hot water boiler. So this is the appliance that heats the whole house. And it actually does a little bit more than that. So you see this old water heater here. Atmospheric vent, chimney up through the roof.
Low efficiency.
Yeah.
Not a lot of output, really.
No. It served the family well. I mean, it's a number of years old. That's gonna go. We're gonna put it in a more efficient stainless steel, super insulated tank.
Ooh.
That is connected to the boiler, and then the boiler heats the water inside of it.
Sweet. So is this a typical job for you, Eric? Is this kind of a typical workspace for you?
Yeah, it is. So, I mean, I don't normally have these super crazy bright lights.
Yeah, the light's pretty nice in here, I gotta say.
Yeah, they're here because of you. but yeah, so basements, different place all the time. That's, we talked about that earlier. I like that, the variety.
Yeah.
But yeah, older homes, I love working in older homes. You work with people who are really gonna appreciate what you can do for them.
Yep.
And that you get some satisfaction there.
What I see here is there's no script or recipe that you just pull out the playbook and go, all right, just like I'm making that McDonald's burger the millionth time in a row. When you come up and show up to a job like this, you're figuring out with your experience, maybe with some charts, all right, is this venting meeting code currently? How do I make this work correctly to make sure this is a safe job, this is a job that's not gonna have a gas leak and a problem down the road, and make sure that I'm gonna get the heat output, and also, this is an expensive piece of equipment that could be around for multiple decades. I also want my craftsmanship to look good too, right?
Yeah, it's always different. You have to have a vast knowledge. A lot of experience will give you that. Of course, I went to trade school outside of high school. And not to discourage anybody thinking about doing this, getting done with high school and thinking, I don't want to go back to school. My schooling was a couple nights a week for a few months at a time, and I could I was training on the knowledge I was going to need in real life. Go out on the job, work and get paid, but then go to the classroom, get some of the details you needed to know. And I use that every single day. It was worth every bit of my time to go to those classes. But yeah, so my job isn't the same all the time. There is no real script, and I have a lot of rules to follow. I'm working with gas. I have to vent those gas appliances. I have to remove old stuff, abandon it, and do that properly so people aren't getting sick or hurt, or I don't want gas leaks like you brought up.
Yeah. Eric, I got a question for you. What do you like about this job?
I think it's the people and solving problems, honestly. I think a lot of kids go to school or that are in high school or young adults, and they think about, they're not thinking about the things they do every day that they might find out is really cool about a job like mine. Taking things apart, putting them back together, just understanding how things work. If you're the one at your house that everybody goes to and says, I can't get this phone to work, or, this thing isn't doing what it's supposed to, like, you might have a future in this kind of trade. There's a lot of problem solving, a lot of mechanical stuff. I don't like to work on like cars. It's not my thing. I love cars. I want to fix them. But when somebody calls me and says, like my water heat, I don't have hot water. Or, I'm a plumber. My toilet doesn't flush. That's important skills to have in life. But you could help somebody out when they need you the most. And that's what I like most about this job.
For sure. Talk to me about the difference between passion and opportunity. I've heard Mike Rowe talk about how it's a disservice to our kids to tell them to follow their passions. When you watch an Emmy show, I'm stealing his speech here, but if you watch an Emmy show, the actor is saying, oh, follow your passion. Well, what do you know what your passion is when you're 17, right? When I was 17, I wasn't passionate about construction. I loved sports cars and wanted to build cars for a living. But the opportunity for me as a young person was in construction. And I followed that opportunity so I could get paid and earn a living. And later I became passionate about building good homes, building healthy homes, figuring out how to build better. And today, 25, 30 years later, I'm super passionate about it, but I certainly wasn't as a high schooler. What's your experience with that?
Very similar, actually. So I think when I started to realize I was good at this, the repair, the replacement, understanding gas and heat and all that kind of, that scientific data that goes along with it and applying it and making it work. When I knew I was good at that and people were telling me like, no, we've had other people out to do this job and nobody could solve this problem. You finally did. That's when I realized like I like that. And I became more and more passionate about learning more and more so I could be the best I could, can be doing this kind of work. I think too, nobody, like the whole be passionate about things or follow your dreams, like give me a break.
It's dumb.
At 17, 18 years old, my dream was like going on the next date with my girlfriend or driving my truck. Like it was not like, I was not thinking one day, I would love to fix, water heaters.
I want to be a rock star.
Yeah, exactly. No, I wanted to ride dirt bikes or be a NHL hockey player. That's what I was passionate about when I was 18 years old. And it's okay to have dreams, but you learn and you work at something like this, and eventually you understand like what it is you like or don't like.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky to have found that. To be honest,
I feel the same way. So earlier we talked about that path from apprentice to journeyman to master. Speaking of opportunity, what do the dollars look like for, in your part where you are, maybe up here in Minnesota? It could be different if you're in New York City or LA or middle of Missouri, let's say. But what's that look like for a 18 to 20 something year old who's starting as an apprentice? Can you give me any idea what their paycheck might look like?
Our apprentices here in the Twin Cities area are making anywhere from $750 to $1,500 a week. And that's roughly half what you would have once you have your license.
That's pretty dang good, man.
So you look at that, even if you're making, $1,000 a week as a starting apprentice, that's exceptional.
Yeah, I mean, that's $20, $22 an hour, right?
Easy, and you're being trained while you're being paid.
Yeah.
So a lot of the kids are leaving, they're graduating, they're going straight to college, and we need people to go to college for certain things. But if that doesn't seem like something you want to do as a young kid, like think about it that way. I could use it. You can come work with me, and I will teach you something that you will keep for the rest of your entire life.
That's pretty awesome. And then that's about half maybe of what a journeyman makes. So 4 years later, you've got 4 years of experience.
Yep.
You have, let's say, a high school diploma, but you haven't spent a dime really on education because maybe in your case the union paid for your schooling.
Yep.
So here you are in your early 20s. This is adjusted to today's dollars, but you're making $30, $40 plus an hour.
Yeah.
You could be making close to a six-figure income by the time you're in your mid-20s, zero debt. You've got a job that some days are fantastic, some days are harder.
Absolutely.
But you've learned a ton. And then in your success story, which we talked about earlier, it wasn't even 10 years out of high school before you started awning plumbing and were already working on your own, making a great living, buying tools and trucks and equipment, and building that life and building that future with really no debt to speak of, right?
Right. Yeah. No, that was my path really, and not having a monthly payment to pay for school that I attended, not having that in place, being able to go to work, get a paycheck every single week, not have the same responsibilities as the people that I was working for. That's a big key too. A lot of people look at a trade, whether you're going to change careers or you're going to start out as a young adult.
Yeah.
They look at a trade like ours and think, well, I don't know. I don't want to look stupid, or I don't want to have all this responsibility. It must be pretty important work. You're working on somebody's gas system. It is important, but we're not going to hold your feet to the flames.
Yeah.
We're going to teach you how to do it so that in a few years you take on that responsibility.
Yeah.
And that opens up doors for people, switching careers. We don't expect you to know any of this. That's why you're here. We're going to teach you.
Yeah. Now I'm going to make you speak for the whole plumbing industry here for a second. I know that's hard, but I got a buddy who owns a plumbing company that does like 4,500 new homes a year. Very, very big company. They're dying for people. There's a huge need in our industry. If you're an 18-year-old watching this, do you go on to some job posting board, or do you actually call a shop that that's in your area and say, hey, I'm really interested in becoming an apprentice and working my way up. Would you hire me? You know, is that an opportunity?
It is absolutely. All these companies are going to be looking for, like, if people are contacting them directly, they're going to answer the phone.
Yeah.
There's labor organizations out there that are organizing for, whether it's union or non-union, they're organizing apprenticeships. They're trying to get people placed in jobs for contractors because those contractors are administering those programs, right?
Yeah.
And so there are multiple ways. Get on Google, how to become a plumber, or plumbers in my area, HVAC companies in my area, electricians, whatever it is. But yeah, or start just with the company.
Yeah.
They have plenty of people out there pounding the pavement trying to hire people.
Could you also call a local union and
Yep.
say, hey, I'm interested in this trade as a career? Would you, what's the path? Do you know of any companies that are hiring and go the union path? Because you were in the union how many years?
I was in the union for just about 10 years. So I started through my apprenticeship and then worked a few more years. And before I ultimately left to start my own business. But the unions are the apprenticeship boards, those organizations, the ones that are in charge of getting the apprentices to come into the program. They're constantly on the search. It used to be, years ago, one time a year you could apply, and now it's, hey, go on this app, fill out your information.
Please, we need you.
Check the box that we can contact you back, that
That's
kind of
awesome.
thing. It's the sign of the times.
Yeah.
We're short. There's a huge gap in the amount of people that are leaving the trade at retirement age and the amount of people that are coming in.
Yeah. When we thought of the series, Eric, I kind of had in my mind that 14 to maybe 18-year-old high school student watching this with their mom or dad. My kids grew up in a construction house, but I didn't. My dad was in the steel industry, and kind of showing them that opportunity. But I think also some of the people watching could be veterans that maybe were in the service for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. They're getting out. They also maybe somebody has a psychology degree, worked at the Hertz desk for a couple years and is a little disgruntled with it and wants to go, okay, look, I'm late 20s, but this looks really appealing. I'd love to actually have a trade where I could own my own business. Maybe I start a little later. What advice do you have for those people maybe starting a little later?
Don't be discouraged, first of all. I would love to bring somebody on, even in my own business, and I know many people like me that would jump at the chance to work with somebody that's a little more mature and has some life experience.
Yeah.
We're not just looking for somebody that's 18, 19 years old.
Sure.
25, 30. I had an apprentice years ago who started out when he was 43 years old.
Wow, is that right?
Yeah, his name was Bruce, and he was great, and everybody loved him because he worked really hard, and he came with a lot of experience.
Yeah.
By that time in your life, if you've been through the service, or you are very valuable and marketable to people like us who are looking for people to come and work with us.
Yeah.
And we can train. All right, stop talking. We got to get to work.
We got to get some work done. I got to put my job site tough gloves on.
Oh, man. All right, Matt, just a little bit of 101. So in these older houses, you see a lot of copper pipe that's either used for, in this case, heating. It's also, we use it in our water lines. So water to a sink, to a toilet from the well. That's normal to see in an older house. Nowadays, we're using a lot of plastic stuff. It's lighter weight, it's easier to work with, it's kind of nice. But as part of the job, you do have to be able to work with copper. So have you seen one of these before?
Tube cutter.
Tube cutter.
Right.
There you go. So we need to cut these out. Oh, cut it up here a little bit more. Okay. There you go. Perfect.
So tube cutter, if I remember correctly, we kind of tighten it.
Yep.
We do a pass or two around the pipe. I'm glad you didn't measure it because I'm not sure that I was in the right spot.
I mean, I thought you had done this before.
I've done this at least once before.
Okay, yeah, no, keep
Maybe
going.
Twice, okay, yeah. Okay, make 2 or 3 passes.
Yeah, tighten it. Yeah.
Tighten a little more.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I tighten on every pass or every other pass?
Well, I mean, I'd like to go home tonight.
You'd like to see Heather at some point tonight?
Yeah.
Go home and have dinner at some point?
Okay, you're still talking. Let's more cutty.
More
less
cutting and less talking. Okay, I got it.
Okay, cool. Let me see that.
That was pretty fast, wasn't it?
It was, but so at your apprentice rate, $22 an hour.
Yep.
I think that just costs the customer like $1.50, something like that. I'm not sure. I stopped counting.
The watch took too long on the countdown.
Yeah, but the cool thing is as you graduate in your apprenticeship, you get to use some cooler tools. So this is actually a battery-powered cutting tool for copper, and it'll do half, 3/4, and 1-inch copper.
Okay.
The stuff we see every single day in these houses. And at my master plumber rate of over $250 an hour,
Ooh, nice.
this might only cost my customer 10 cents.
All right, let's see it. Oh my gosh, that's way
So just like
faster.
that. But ultimately, you know what, this just makes my job easier.
Yeah.
It makes me faster, sure, but you know, saves your hands and your wrists, and it's a little less damage on your body, right?
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. So you're gonna just have to stick with this one.
This is all I get today.
All right, so now we've cut a little bit of pipe. You're getting better at it.
Oh, I'm the master at cutting pipe now.
Yeah, okay. Well, so this is something I tore out. This is part of the old heating system. This was like a header on the boiler. And I noticed something that may have been done by...
You didn't know that I was here doing this plumbing job 25 years ago, did you, Eric?
Oh my gosh.
I'm guessing that's not the craftsmanship and the pride of workmanship we're trying to instill here on the Build Show.
No. But you know, everybody has to start sometime, right?
Yeah, that was done on Friday at 5 o'clock.
I think so. Let's set this aside. I think what is appropriate now, though, is to talk about what we use today.
Okay.
So we've been using this for a long time. It's, newer technology. We don't have any flames, no chemicals. We're not burning ourselves.
Maybe mention that real quick. I noticed while you were talking, speaking of flames, this is a typical solder joint where they have the torch, they heat the joint up, there's some flux in there, and as they were torching it, it looks to me like they burned the heck out of that 2x6 at the same time.
And again, more drips of solder and everything like that, right? Like, ugh, gross.
Yeah.
We eliminate that, so give me that. And now we've got a fitting system that has a seal element inside of it.
Okay.
We insert it. There's a couple more steps.
Yeah, this isn't a tutorial.
Yeah. But now without the flame, no chemicals, no torch, I'm not, gonna burn the house down.
Yeah.
I could just use this tool. This is a press tool. It's hydraulic, it's battery operated.
Okay.
Or, powered. And so then you just put that over the fitting and it squeezes down on there and makes a seal. So you do it. So take the tool.
Okay.
Watch out, there's a trigger. Do not put your fingers near that.
Yeah, don't put your fingers in there.
Okay. So it just lines up on the jaw.
So you almost can't mess it up. It's on the jaw right there, right?
Yep.
And then
just,
all I got to do is hit the trigger, right?
Yep. Okay, so that doesn't leak now.
And now it actually is in there pretty good. You gotta release it.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Isn't that cool?
That's a lifetime fitting right there, isn't it?
Yeah. First day on the job, I could teach you how to do that. It's
How about that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. Cool stuff.
Yeah, heck yeah. No burning down the house. Part. Cool. Get up close to
Do I
it.
need to hold the other pipe too, or?
No, it ain't
solid?
going anywhere. That's no. Holding
solid.
the house up. So go, or I can go get a bigger wrench.
I think I need a bigger wrench.
Okay. We do it. It's fun to think back to when you started and how hard things were and how you take for granted how easy they are years later.
I got my Ryobi gloves to clean them off.
Work smart, not harder. Water heater clip.
This is a sealed combustion unit.
Does it have a lighting water heaters or anything else in my life? Do we have it on pilot?
That's annoying.
Oh, we're good? Now what? Okay, so this is a Mega Press tee. and it's gonna press on the outside of that black iron pipe
So
up there in the
similar
ceiling.
to the copper that we use, but this is for gas.
Yeah. Yep, it's for iron pipe, so it can be put on black pipe or galvanized pipe. This is specifically for gas. It's got the yellow sealing rings inside of it.
Ah, cool.
Okay, those are made specially for gas. But what we're gonna do is we've got this 1-inch black iron pipe up there that we need to tap into.
This guy here we're going to tap into.
Yep, for the boiler. We need a 3/4 inch line run over to the boiler because the larger the pipe, the more capacity it has to carry gas through it. All right, I've prepped a couple things for you, but basically I'm just gonna give you kind of the lowdown. Here's how we do it in the field. There is a length of pipe you're supposed to either memorize or reference a chart for to mark out, cut out of the pipe in place for this fitting. What we typically do is, instead of climbing on a ladder to show you, we hold it up and we mark the pipe where the ends of these little hubs are.
And when we cut wood, carpenters make a V notch to show the bottom of the V is. Plumbers don't do that.
No, plumbers just take a nice.
That's a carpenter thing.
Yeah, plumbers just take a nice pen, which I have here. So this is a paint marker.
Oh, so it marks nicely on the black iron.
Yeah, because draw with pencil in a dark basement, you're never gonna see it. So I'm just gonna hold it up, and if I were cutting this line, I'm gonna cut it there and right there.
Gotcha.
Now I'll cut and remove that pipe. What you're gonna do up here, we have to turn the gas off. We've made some, we pulled out the one line out of our way. We need to make room for the boiler in the system.
If you forgot to turn the gas off and were sawzalling through that line, what would happen?
Nothing like the movies. No.
And they're like, boom, boom, and the basement blows up.
Yeah, and like I walk away and the ball of flame is behind me. No.
No, okay.
We just have a gas leak and we don't want to deal with that.
Gotcha.
So and the reason why I didn't cover that. I think one of the reasons why I love my job is not just knowing how, but why.
Yep.
Right? So we're gonna use this fitting because if we don't, what we have to do is we have to disassemble a whole bunch of piping that's still in use. And when I say disassemble, like pull it all apart.
Oof.
Okay? And then we're gonna get the pipe threader and we're gonna get a tray of nipples, which is a really cool term
It's a funny word, isn't it?
Funny word. Funny plumbing word.
Plumbers have a lot of funny words.
And then in order to put this gas cock in, we're gonna have to get the
Which
nipple
is different
tray.
than a silk cock.
It is, yep. No. And instead of doing all that long process, we have better technology now.
Yeah.
We're gonna use the same press tool we used for the copper, just has a different jaw on it.
And I suspect this fitting is more expensive than just a regular black iron fitting, but the time savings of using this, 2 cuts, pop it in, press it, compared to like disassembling all this is totally worth the money, right? For
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
You and the client.
Yeah, so there are some specialty tools, there's no doubt. But there are, a threader is also specialty and expensive. Much harder to carry around than my compact one-handed press tool. So a lot faster. The materials are more, but what we save in labor is just you can't even compare.
Yeah, I mean at $250 an hour for a master plumber.
I'm coming in. Yeah,
If you save 15 or 20 minutes, that's a big deal. But it sounds like that could be more like a 30 or 45-minute job.
Oftentimes we do. Yeah, oftentimes you could run a gas line 10, 20 feet in a basement easily just for a single appliance, and that might take you a couple hours.
Yeah.
Depending on the obstacles you have to go around, the machinery you have to use.
So that time savings is big money.
Yeah, this is less than half the time.
Yep.
So we're gonna do that, and I'm confident you're gonna do a good job. No, I know you can. It's a great system. I've got the right tools, and I'll watch. So let's get started. Let's get some
ladder?
tools. Yep, ladder. We need to turn the gas off. Sweet.
Okay, gas is off, boss.
All right. You got your gloves?
Yeah, I sure do.
The fitting. Pay attention. You're holding it. Not.
Where do you want that T to end up?
I go toward the wall.
Okay.
Toward the wall, right there.
Right there?
Okay.
Okay.
Mark your hubs. Don't move don't move it in between. So
I'm coming right in here. Oops.
it can be about an 1/8 inch or so, either side of the end of the. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay.
I think I got that right. That paint marker's kind of sweet.
Yeah, these things. No doubt. Okay, so now you'll use this recip.
Any special tip to get we need to be as square as possible, right?
Let's real quick shut off these two valves.
Okay.
Okay, and now we're off over there. So yeah, just be square.
As square as possible.
Hold it tight, you know, so it's not hopping around.
Okay. 10-4.
And it is so one thing you'll notice, this is cool, you might not have used one of these. The harder you push, the more the blade speeds up. It's like automatic.
Really?
It's really weird to use the first time. Also, be careful, this might be hot.
Yeah, 10-4. All right, Hilty, should I cut the first one or the back one? Does it matter?
Cut the one toward me first. It actually does matter, I'm glad you asked. Because otherwise you're gonna...
I was worried I was going to hit that copper.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Oh!
I caught it.
Nice catch.
All right.
That one looks good. I actually think I cut it square. My Aerobi sign's coming off. Is that gonna be a problem? I really hope I make it to the end of the day with my Aerobi logo on still.
Okay. We're good there. Man, that looks good. You done this before? If there's anything I wish I had for tools, is a third hand.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. And now, so why we mark that depth is because if you were up in the air and you're trying to hold that with your third hand and then, you know, and you're putting the tool on it, if it pulled out just a little bit, it would be okay. But if we saw that it pulled out a half an inch, because we know that that's how far it's supposed to be in,
it wouldn't.
we would want to redo it.
Got it.
We'd have to tear everything apart. So.
And we want that shutoff valve facing us or facing away?
I'd like it to face toward the boiler. Or toward, I mean, toward the room, so in line with it, like that.
In line like that.
That would be great.
10-4. So that's our press location.
And so we're on, and you're just gonna position it.
Yeah, this is hard to do one-handed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or with one pair of hands.
So you can do that.
Okay, so now.
Just hold it together, press a button. No, wait. Just kidding. That's what journeymen are. That's what journeymen are supposed to do.
Oh no, wait.
Wait.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, so now you don't have to do that up in the air. That's
so
just
awesome.
the kind of efficiency, right?
Yeah, that's smart.
It just makes it easier. Now what you're gonna do is you've got a little bit of movement in both directions. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get this up there. You're gonna hold it tight on one side, mark it. Hold it tight on the other, mark it. Then you're just gonna hold it all together and you're gonna start pressing. In. Just one, yeah, you just go one at a time. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh gosh.
And so there is do we need to unstrap it? Hold on.
Yeah, this is gonna have to come.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's don't go any further because I don't want to damage the fittings or anything.
This needs to come off.
Perfect. This goes back to our conversation earlier about, you know, there's no like playbook or
yeah, that's for sure.
You're just dealing with what you've got.
You just got to figure out what you got.
This is exactly what that's this right here.
Oh, there we go. And this will come down.
It's just the tip.
Yep. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Oh, you should have left it on there.
Left the fitting on?
Well, I mean, it's got to stay on.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I
should have.
I could have pressed that one first, huh?
No, don't press it. So now pull down on the one toward the wall. Now push this together. There you go. Now you're together. Huh? Now plumb it up a little bit. So actually, you're so perfectly straight.
That's about right.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good, dude.
The hard part is how do you push this together and do the press at the same time?
Well, I'm just gonna push it together like this because I'm your helper right now.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's not gonna go anywhere.
Push a little more.
You're good.
Wow. I've never done a mega press. That thing's a beast.
Okay, now make sure you're pressed in.
Holy cow. That's awesome.
Press in on the other side, just make sure.
Yeah, I'm right on it.
It doesn't look like it moved.
No, it didn't move. It's right on.
Okay, so
I see my
now
mark.
this spins, first of all.
Oh,
like
okay, so
180.
you can spin
So
that
if you
wherever.
need to. But it looks like you're gonna have to be from the bottom this
I'm gonna have
time.
to go straight up.
And don't hit that trigger before you're ready. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Yep.
Because once you start, there's very little to stop it. Make sure your tool is like perpendicular to the fitting.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's correct, isn't it?
It looks good from here, but you got to be the one that says so. Do you need a light?
This doesn't have a light on it?
Well, you'd think it would, but it broke years ago, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. Wow. That's really cool.
It actually.
That is a beast.
It is really cool.
That is so much easier.
No wrenching it all together and.
No. And no pipe dope or Teflon tape or any of that kind of stuff.
No, I mean we used a marker and a saw.
Here's your marker back.
Not bad, huh?
Do you want to go ahead and put this back
I'd like
up
to
now?
put that. I'd like you to put that hanger. I'm more concerned about the one that was back here, actually.
Okay, I can do that one first.
And that was this one.
Okay,
With
where
some
do the
shorter
screws go?
screws. And we have the sniffer.
Time to sniff.
Trying to sniff.
hold
But not. You want to try it?
Not
See
a
if you can
deal.
see if it leaks.
So gas is lighter than air, and that's why you're really
Natural gas
checking
is, yeah. Propane is not. Propane will stop or drop to the floor.
Interesting.
That's why it's a little more dangerous, actually. You have some good B-roll right here.
Oh yeah.
Matt checking for a leak on the Pro Press fitting he made.
There's no leaks here, dude. Are you kidding me? I'm an old pro. I've done it 3 times.
3 presses.
3 times. There's your 3.
Isn't that awesome though? Like really?
That's way
For
cool.
technology. All right, dude.
And pretty foolproof. An apprentice on day 1 was able to do it and not have a leak.
Yeah.
Now the master was looking over his shoulder, but still.
I told you you'd be able to do it.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So, you know, today was a simple day. We just went over some basic stuff.
Yeah.
And we didn't get real dirty or anything like that. But to be honest with you, yesterday I was here for over 12 hours. I prepped everything. I got it ready so we could do some cool stuff and just talk about what I do on the job. It's not always like today, you know. Yesterday, long day, sweaty. I hauled a 400-pound boiler out here with, you know, I had to have somebody come in to help me.
Yeah.
And I think there's like 15 steps out of this basement.
Holy
so
cow.
it's, you know, not everything goes as planned.
Yeah.
No matter how much you plan, it's not always, you know, what is it they say, roses? You know what I mean?
Well, they call it work for a reason, right?
Yeah.
It's actually work. You're going to get sweaty, and some days are going to be straightforward and easy. You're going to have a smile on your face, and other days you're going to leave the job frustrated, right? I mean, no matter what you do for a living, not just being a plumber.
Yeah, absolutely. And we could talk more about that someday. I look forward to it. I'd like to share with everybody, you know, the goods and the bad.
There goes a good day, brother. What do you think?
Awesome.
Should we pack up?
Let's do it.
Head to the shop. We'll see you
right.
back there.
Let's go.
Next up, I want to say a big thanks to our sponsors and show you what they've been doing to encourage young people to join us in the trades. I want to thank our friends at Front Door for sponsoring this Talking Trades series. If you're not familiar with Front Door, they are reimagining how homeowners maintain and repair their most valuable asset, their home. As the parent company of 2 leading brands, Front Door brings over 50 years of experience in providing their members with comprehensive options to protect their homes from costly and unexpected breakdowns.
through their extensive network of pre-qualified professional contractors. American Home Shield has approximately 2 million members and gives homeowners budget protection and convenience, covering up to 23 essential home systems and appliances. Now, Front Door is a cutting-edge, one-stop app for home repair and maintenance. Enabled by their Stream technology, the app empowers homeowners by connecting them in real time through video chat with pre-qualified experts to diagnose and solve their problems. The Front Door app also offers homeowners a range of other benefits, including DIY tips, discounts, and much more. More information about American Home Shield and Front Door, visit frontdoorhome.com. Now, as the largest provider of home service plans in the nation and a network of approximately 16,000 independent contractors, Front Door is spreading the word and advocating to bring new talent into the pipeline by creating opportunities for young people as plumbers, electricians, and other highly skilled professions. Front Door has also been sponsoring organizations committed to the advancement of the skilled trades like Skills USA and Be Pro, Be Proud. I've been to their events. Those are amazing organizations, and huge thanks to Front Door for their partnership in this Talking Trade series. I want to say a huge thanks to my friends at Sashco for sponsoring this Talking Trade series. First off, if you're not familiar with them, Sashco makes a huge line of premium caulks and sealants that I use every day on my high performance builds. They're a family-owned company that makes their products in Colorado, but they also have been a massive supporter of trade school education. Now, if you are a trade school teacher watching this video, I want to tell you about their Class Pack program, which was designed for you to use in your classroom to educate students about sealant technology and application. Now, I've been through a version of this program and it was really fun and educational. You can enhance your curriculum with their expert resources. Learn more at sashco.com/trades-support. Now, if you aren't a teacher, you can still make a difference in this battle to bolster our trade base. Take the Sashco Challenge. Volunteer a local trade school in your town, capture the moment, share it on social media, and tag Sashco, and your reward will be a free case of Lexel as a token of their appreciation for supporting trades education. Thanks again, Sashco, for sponsoring these videos.